Hi, today is Tuesday, July 21st, and in my last video, I mentioned maybe doing a summer warmer tour, and I'm just getting ready to change my wax, and so I figured I would bring you along. So I've already gone over the warmers that are down here in the Scentsy room, but I will show you again, and then I'll show you the other warmers that I have up for this summer season. So like I've shown before, I just have a few fun summer warmers back here in my little summer display. So this is the On the Seashore warmer. I picked it up in, I think, a flash sale a few years ago at a really discounted price, and I just thought it was so beautiful. It looks like sea glass and it's a really good performer. So I have that with some of my fun summer decorations. I have the Aloha Spirit Element Warmer. This was part of a summer collection a few years ago, and I just thought it was so cute. I don't have any wax in it right now. In fact, I don't even think it's plugged in right now, but I just thought it was really cute. And then next to that, I have the Fab Flamingo Mini Warmer. So this was also part of a summer collection years and years ago, and I just thought it looked really cute with my flamingo art. And then just as part of my usual warmer setup here in the Scentsy room, I have this new Scentsy warmer. This is the Cascade warmer, and I don't usually love element warmers, but I really liked the clean lines of this one. It kind of goes with any decor, and I've actually been pretty pleased with the performance. I was a little worried because I'd heard some people say that their Cascade warmers weren't fully melting the wax, and I can say that this one has fully melted 2 cubes of wax. So I don't know if it's a quality control issue, but I am a little hesitant about buying element warmers with the dishes built in, just because I don't always get the greatest performance out of them. But when they're part of a whole display or other warmers in a room, I think that they work out well. And like I said, I just thought the lines on this one were really, really clean, and this was very modern and pretty. So I think down here in the Scentsy room, I'm going to warm Kahiko Hula. This is a really old favorite of mine. I'd actually had it in my club for several years, and then it made a comeback in this summer's Bring Back My Bar. So I love this. It is like a quintessential Scentsy summery tropical scent. I think this has mango and papaya. There might be a little bit of passion fruit in this, but it's just a really cool tropical summery fruity scent, and I really, really like it. So I'm going to do 2 cubes in my On the Seashore warmer. And then I'm actually not going to put any wax in these 2 warmers, but I will put 2 cubes in this warmer and we'll see how it does. And upstairs, I wanted to go with my lemon and lemonade theme again this year for the summer. I love decorating with lemons just because they are so fun and bright and sunny and happy, and I can leave them up all summer. So when I put my spring decor away, I just went with lemons, and I have loved having the touches of yellow and pops of lemon throughout my upstairs. And starting here in the front room, I brought out this lemonade pillow that I've had for years. I just think it is a really fun, kind of subtle summer touch here in the front room. And then looking over at the front door, I decided to keep my eucalyptus basket up. I just wanted to go with a more simple approach to the lemon and lemonade theme. I do have some wreaths that have lemons on them, but I wanted to just incorporate a few splashes of lemon here and there. So over on my entryway table, I have the Lemonly Yours warmer. This was a warmer of the month last year, and then I think it did make a brief comeback this year, but I don't see it on the website anymore. It is so, so pretty. So it is a glass mosaic warmer, and I'm actually going to turn it off so you can see what it looks like with the light off. It is just so pretty, and I love the beautiful pieces of stained glass. And like I said, I think this just adds kind of a nice little subtle pop of lemon here in the front room. It also gives off a great glow at nighttime, so it's really nice to have this light here in our entryway. And then in the kitchen and living room, I just wanted to give a quick overview of all of the lemon warmers and little lemon touches that I have out. I just love how they all kind of came together Again, with just kind of some subtle lemon touches to make it feel bright and summery in here. So over in the kitchen, I have the lemonade pitcher warmer, and we'll get a closer look at that. On the bar cart, I have some little lemon touches. And then over in the corner, I have the new Amalfi Limone warmer, which I love. And then just a few little decorative accents on the mantle, and then a few little decorative accents in our china cabinet. So here in the china cabinet, I have a little ceramic lemon. It's actually a salt and pepper shaker. And then I just have this pretty yellow decorative orb with my kind of year-round ginger jars. And then over on the dining table, I'm using this table runner that I've had for years and years. I love using it in the summer because it reminds me of seersucker fabric, and I just think that is so fun and summery. And I love the yellow stripes. I love that it's just kind of subtle and simple and a fun way to incorporate a little bit of yellow for the summer. And then, like I said, over here on the mantle, I have just a few little decorative things. I have this faux plant that I thought looked very summery and maybe like something you'd see in an Italian garden. And then here is another of those little lemon salt and pepper shakers. And then here on this side table, I have the new Amalfi Limone warmer. I think that the figural lemons on this just tie in so perfectly with those salt and pepper shakers. And I just think it is so pretty and fun. It's also a really good warmer, and I like that it has a lot of hole cutouts. So even though it's an opaque warmer, it still does give off a nice little glow in this corner. And then over here on the bar cart, I really like how it turned out for the summer season. So I actually got these really pretty pale green vases for spring, and they match the seafoam bloom warmer from Scentsy perfectly, but I decided to leave them out because I liked having that little tie-in to green. And then I have these really pretty lemon painted stemless glasses that I thought were just a really kind of pretty elegant touch over here on the bar cart. And then over in the corner of the kitchen, I have what I think is still my favorite lemon warmer. This is the lemonade pitcher warmer. It was a warmer of the month years and years ago, but I absolutely love it. It has this really pretty pale yellow frosted glass, and I think it's just the right amount of whimsical and fun. But I love it over here. I just have it paired with this faux eucalyptus basket and this really cute little figural lemon mug with some wooden lemon spoons. So I thought that was just a cute little sophisticated lemonade touch over here in the corner. And then on the other side of the kitchen in our coffee station, I just decided to keep it pretty subtle and neutral. So I do have this really cute little lemon arrangement. And then I just have one of my favorite little mini warmers. This is the Salerno warmer, and I really like the glow that it gives off here. There was a really cute mini warmer in the Italian summer edit called the Terrazza Tile, I believe. It was a really pretty green and yellow tile warmer. I think it's still available. And I would have gotten that, but it doesn't glow, and I really like having a little bit of light over in this corner. And I figured Salerno also fit with the Italian summer vibes, so I really like that little mini warmer here. And speaking of the Italian summer edit, I am going to go ahead and put some new wax in my warmers. And from that collection, I am going to use Limone Fresco. So this is also the scent of the month for July, and it is lemon zest, limoncello, and spun sugar. So a really nice clean lemon scent. I also wanted to mention a few of my favorite citrus scents from this season. My favorite, I think, has to be Terrazza del Sole. This is also from the Italian summer collection. I already warmed it a few days ago, so that's why I'm going with the Limone Fresco today, but I absolutely love love this. This is lemon, crushed mint, and jasmine, and it is so fresh and clean and juicy and lemony, and it is a perfect citrus scent for the summer. And then a catalog citrus that I just can't get enough of is wild citrus and sugarcane. So this is yuzu, tangerine, and lychee. This was actually in last year's catalog as Wild for Wildflowers, and then they renamed it. I think this name is very fitting, but this is also a very juicy citrus. This one leans a little bit more bright and tropical. It's perfect for the summer, and I absolutely love it. So I would love to know what your favorite citrus scents are this season. So I usually do 2 cubes in this warmer, 1 cube in my mini warmer, 2 cubes here in the corner, 2 cubes in the entryway, and then I usually finish the bar off with 1 cube in my laundry room. This is the indigo tile warmer. This is the warmer that I usually keep out year-round in my laundry room. In our upstairs hall bathroom, I have my year-round favorite. This is the crinkle warmer. I do usually change this one out for some holidays, but I love the kind of neutral simplicity of this one. And I am actually going to warm one of my favorite bathroom scents. This is Seashore. And at the time I'm filming this, this is actually available to add to club as part of the July birthday bash. So this is just a very clean, kind of aquatic laundry-like scent to me. The scent note list is very long, and I actually don't pick up a lot of what the scent notes describe, but to me, this just smells like clean aquatic laundry, and it's really, really fresh and pleasant. There is kind of a citrusy vibe to this one as well, and I love it. It is in my club. The soap that I'm using in this bathroom is Firecracker Pop from Bath & Body Works. This is one of my favorite soaps for the summer. It actually smells just like Berry Sweet from Scentsy. So it's a very bright, juicy, kind of cool berry smelling scent. I absolutely love it for the summer. And then I just have it paired with this pretty white hydrangea in a blue pot, very summery. And to go with those, I have a few Scentsy room sprays. So Mist and Magnolia, which was a scent of the month a few months ago, and Thunderstorm, which is actually a classic Scentsy scent that made it back into the catalog this year. In my bedroom, I have my year-round favorite, Isabella, and I'm actually going to warm Aria di Milano from the Italian Summer Collection. This smells just like Bath & Body Works Beautiful Day to me. It's a really, really strong performer, and it's very, very beautiful. The scent notes are citrus, iris, and cotton musk. So last time I warmed this, I actually did 4 cubes in this warmer, and this scent was way, way too strong for that. So I'm just going to do 2 cubes in this warmer here. And then on the other side of my bedroom, next to my Scentsy air purifier, I have the Meet in the Meadow warmer. I think this is such a pretty color. It matches the Isabella perfectly. And so I have this one out mostly year round. Sometimes I'll change it out in the winter, but I'm just going to do 1 cube of Aria di Milano here. And then in our ensuite bathroom, I have the Wash to Shore Mini Warmer. This is my favorite warmer for this bathroom in the summer. It is a beautiful white glow, and it's a really good performer. So I'll do a cube of Aria di Milano here as well. And in our upstairs guest bedroom, I have the wicker warmer. So I hardly ever actually turn this warmer on, but figured I would show you for this tour. I just think this is a really pretty kind of classic warmer. And in here, I'm currently warming aloe vera and ivy. And in our downstairs spare bedroom, I have the Sunny Vines warmer. This was part of the March monthly edit, I believe. And I just fell in love with the look of this. I love the color scheme. I thought it went really well with the colors that I have down here in this room. I have my grandma's floral cross stitch collection. So I thought that tied back really well to those. The glass is this really pretty kind of etched or frosted look, so it's not too blinding, but it does give off a really nice glow. And here it is off just so you can see the detail a little bit better, but this is a really, really pretty warmer, and I think one that kind of flew under the radar. I do believe that it is still available. And then in this warmer, I'm actually going to finish this old bar of Rugged Mountain Rain. This was part of the Puddles and Petals collection last year, and I believe the notes on this are mountain mist, moss, and granite. So it's just kind of a nice, light, fresh scent, and I think it'll be good in this spare bedroom. And we'll do 2 cubes here. In our downstairs bathroom, I have this really old Nautical mini warmer, and it's a really pretty dark navy, and it actually glows really nicely when the lights are turned off. So I like to have warmers that do glow down in this bathroom. And to tie in the nautical theme, the soap I have in here is Shoreline Hydrangea from Bath & Body Works. And then I'm going to finish off another partial bar that I have. This is Morning Sage. This is a Scentsy bar that I feel like has flown under the radar this spring and summer season. This is Sage, Freesia, and Moss. So another kind of mossy, clean scent. This is very fresh, it's very light, so if you're looking for something very just clean and unobtrusive, I would recommend giving Morning Sage a try. I've actually really enjoyed warming this in our whole downstairs, so this is really, really pleasant and in my Scentsy Club. We'll finish that 1 cube off here. And then in our downstairs family room, I just have my year-round decor on the bookshelf. So I have my pink Himalayan salt and shining light warmers, and then just like I said, my year-round decor. And then downstairs, I'm actually going to finish this partial bar of Dark Harbor, so I have a few cubes left of this. And then on the other side of the room, I have my etched core warmer, and I usually do 2 cubes in this warmer. This is a great performer. And here we are after about an hour or so, so it has completely melted. There's no rim of unmelted wax. So those are the warmers that I currently have out for the summer. I would love to know if you have any favorite summer warmers that you are enjoying this season. And like I said, if you have any favorite citrus scents, I would love to know what some of your go-tos are for this summer. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.